Good morning, students. Today we'll start our chapter number 2, Still I Rise, written by Maya Angelou. First, I will tell you something about the poet. Maya Angelou was born in St. Louis, Missouri, USA. She was an author, a poet, historian, songwriter, playwright, dancer, stage and screen producer, director, performer, singer and civil rights activist. Maya Angelou remains one of the most influential African American voices of her country. She was best known for her poetry. So now I will tell you something about our poem. So it is an inspiring poem written about the struggles of the African American people. Still I Rise is an inspiring poem about self-respect and confidence. In this poem, Angelou reveals how she will overcome anything through her self-esteem. She shows how nothing can get her down. She will rise to any occasion and nothing will hold her back. The beauty of the poem lies in its simplicity. The underlying pain gives a slight painful tone. The oppressors addressed throughout the poem as you. So, in this poem, you here represents society as a whole and more specifically white society. So before we start this poem, let's go through a related incident that happened in the previous month. George Floyd, 46 years old black man who was a football player, was arrested by Minneapolis police and was killed in their custody. Here Minneapolis is a name of a city. The reason may be whatever, but still we can see that racism is breathing in the world, where people are oppressed and discriminated due to their black color. Now I will read one by one stanzas and listen the explanation. You may write me down in history with your bitter twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I will rise. So here the speaker is Maya Angelou. She is speaking from her own experience as a black woman and also challenging or interrogating society to answer her questions. The speaker is both angry and confident throughout the poem. So the first stanza of the poem begins with the injustice history that has done to the poor black people. Now, how the injustice was done? The oppressor has the power to write lies about the speaker. This degrade black people. Now, she doesn't care about their bitter twisted lines in the history. Instead, she will not bother about that other trods her in the dirt. Instead of that, she will rise like a dust in the air. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Here, sassiness means impertinence, insolence, or we can also say that rude behavior. Then beset means troubled. In the second stanza, she asks a question to people around her society that what makes white people upset? Why are they troubled and feel depressed? Here, the poet notices that the white people are upset when she succeeds. The poet knows that she succeeds in her life, in her writing, and also as a woman. So, this is the reason why they were upset. And here, the oil wells pumping in her living room symbolizes her success. The poet says that their hatreds give her energy and it will not stop her from rising. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I'll rise. In this stanza, she compares herself to the moon and the sun as they are affected by the tides. Now the poet has no other choice but to rise up out of her suffering. She is in her nature to rise up and stand against oppressors, just as it is the nature of the tides to rise up to respond to the moon. Here, hopes springing high indicates the energy found inside those hearts that have been slaved for centuries and still never lost their battle against hatred, exploitation, and opportunities. Did you want to see me broken? Both head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like tear drops, weakened by my soulful cries. Here, soulful means sorrowful. Now, as we know and also read in our books that for generations black people had remained slaves, bowing their heads, tied to their master's will and obeying without caution. So, the poet questions in this stanza if they means white people, if they want to see her broken, oppressed, depressed, with their head bowed and lowered eyes, with her shoulder falling down like teardrops. She asked them this bitter truth because she knew that many in the society still wanted this, and hence she draws attention to it and revealing the truth of the society. The lines in this stanza speaks of the determination in the heart of the African American to fight against every form of oppressions. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. Haughtiness means pride, disdain. The poet asks if the people who want her and her people to remain slaves will not be annoyed by her pride. She even asks if people really hate her free behavior and the way she laughs over misfortune. The African American laugh wholeheartedly like no one is richer than them, as they have got gold mines in their backyard. It indicates that they have learned to overcome from the wounds and learn to smile back. Or we can also say that she may not be wealthy in the financial sense, but she possesses a great wealth of hope. So thank you students for listening. Go through this poem and explanation once again. take care and do complete your copy. I will conclude this poem in next video.